Hello and welcome to this introduction on Randy Fluharty's YouTube channel. The who's, what's, when's, where's, and why's of the YouTube channel, to be precise. Or while I was working on this, I came up with the idea of unbranding myself, and I liked that, so I did the cool like two title thing with the or and the colon. That's how you know I'm cool, because I did that. And also, they're not necessarily in that order, but I think they are in that order. I think I did end up with that. I made the title before I made that. Let's just go. So part one is the who's. Um, and so we start off with the most important thing is, who is Randy Fluharty? That's me, like this, not that. No, other hand, right there. Not that. That's me. Um, it would be weird if it wasn't. And who is that? Who am I? I am the summit. That's a complicated question. I don't like to, you know, be reductive and say I am a fireman, therefore I identify as a fireman. That's not enough. That's not enough for me. I am a lot of different things. And we'll go into some of those here in just a minute after I do this joke slide of, hey, just wait a second. We haven't gotten there yet, but the what's, we've gotten there. So what are the parts that I am the sum of? For starters, I am a former YouTube celebrity. I had 700 plus subscribers. You read that right. It's not 700,000. It's 700 plus. It could be more than 700. It could be any number more than 700. You can see how much that is now. I know at the time of this recording, it was at least 700. So I'm not lying when I say that. So that will probably always be true as of this recording. Some people, the fact that this was 15 years ago, that video is nuts to me, and people still, and we'll get to it, but it's crazy. Almost 40,000 views on that thing. Neat. What other parts am I? Well, I like video games. That doesn't make me a gamer. I mean, it does, but that's not, I wouldn't say I'm a gamer and then move on with my life because, oh, yep, that's me, gamer. No, it's more than that. But I like playing games. I like making games, which we'll talk about in a minute. I like talking about games. I like consuming content about games, and I kind of use that as an all-encompassing phrase for watching videos, reading books, whatever. Games, like them. I like them a lot. Video games. I like regular games too, but the ones where you play with and stuff moves around, that's my favorite. And you can tell because I have like controllers on my desk. I've got a note here to show you. I got it like a PS5 controller here that's nice looking. Got a nice green Xbox controller here that's stuck because it's plugged in. It's there. It's there. I got this nice black Xbox controller. That one's not real. Vis-a-vis. I said vis-a-vis in the last slide. I didn't say it out loud, but look up what that means. It's my favorite pretentious word. It's unnecessary. And the reason I have a pretentious word, I've got plenty of them, but that's my favorite one, is because I'm a technical writer. I get paid to write things technically. Like most writers are technically writers, but I do technical writing. So I'm technically a technical writer. And I'm in the game industry because I like games so much. So I do technical writing for video game related things. How cool is that? Anything else? Yeah. That kind of makes me a huge nerd, right? But would a nerd be a professional wrestler? Because I'm a professional wrestler too. At least I was. Kind of a bit of a hiatus. I'm thinking of going back. But I was a professional wrestler. I beat people up in pretend fashion, and people beat me up in pretend fashion. That made me kind of cool, right? That would a nerd be a professional wrestler? No. I wrote these slides. I knew that joke was coming, but I haven't quite struck the balance between when I should comment and when I should let the slides do the funny. I wrote the slides, and while I was writing the slides, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, it would be funny if I do this, not considering that I would also be talking. So there's going to be some conflicting stuff going on. Don't worry about it. We're moving on. And a couple other things. The normal boring stuff. It's not boring to me, but boring to everybody else. I'm a husband. You can see by my ring that I have lost. It's not there anymore. I need another one. I'm also a father, and you can tell by my breathe right strips. This wasn't planned. I just have it here. They're on my desk, and you know, the key defining trait of a father is they have to breathe. So I got breathe right strips or nasal strips. They're the off-brand stuff, nasal strips. I also own a home. I'm in that home now. I'm a millennial and I own a home. Figure that one out. I don't know. It's weird to me too. And in case it gets weird, in case you're like, oh, like I like that Randy guy, I wonder what his political views are. You should know now I land on the left side of the political spectrum. That bothers you, I'm sorry. We can still be friends. I have more right-ish friends, but that's not where I land. So just being upfront with you, transparency. It's beautiful. There's just a bunch of personal stuff there. Don't worry about that. This channel is Randy Fluharty's channel. As we established, I am Randy Fluharty, or Fluharty. I haven't decided how I like to pronounce my own last name. I might flip back and forth. I've known a few people that have done that with their names. It's my name. I can do with it what I want. But that's who it is. In writing, that's what my name is. And what does that mean? So whatever I want this channel to be is what it will be. And when it's not that, every time I try to dabble into stuff that it is not, I just don't do it. So I'm changing that now because I want to do it. So it's going to be what I want to do. And we'll get further into that right now, apparently. So games and game development. And game development is like my kind of biggest hobby going right now. I've played a lot of games and I've kind of moved on. I've evolved. I've leveled up where I want to make them now. And I want to talk about making them. I want to talk with people that are also making them. I'm interested, or people that are interested in that process. I want to talk about that. So the stuff I'm working on, I'm going to make development vlogs or devlogs. Whatever that word is, devlogs, devlogs, development style video blogs. That is like a mashup of so many words. I just don't like it, but I had to. That's what I'm doing. I'm also going to do some analyses and critiques through like my new lens of knowing how to make games now, because I know I've made some. I actually didn't put any of that in the slide. I probably should have. But I've made games. People have played them and they've liked them. I'm still making games, and I know now that it's tough to make games, and I know what that looks like playing games after I have made them. And I think that's interesting, looking at it through that lens. Not a lot of people do that, I think. Most people are sitting on the outside, not having made games, and try to analyze them. And it kind of comes off as, I don't know, not my favorite. And just general game industry and development stuff. If it comes up and I want to talk about it and I need an outlet to do it, this is my outlet for that. And as well as game development lifestyle, because I think it's hard to be a game developer, especially when currently I'm not paid to be one. I'm paid to do game development related things, but I'm not paid to make games right now. So how do I do it? How do I fit that in with my, my marriage and my fatherhood? How do I fit that in? Well, we could talk about it. It's on the table. And I'm going to, like I said, do it my way. I'm not going to do it any other way, because I won't do it. I just don't have time to do it anyone's way but mine. And that means I have to remain positive, because if it starts dipping into the negative and how everything is terrible, again, it's just not going to be worth my time. So in terms of off-topic stuff, because I like wrestling. I still watch a lot of wrestling, just general stuff that I do. I would want to talk about that. It doesn't kind of fit within the confines of what this channel is about. So I don't know what that's going to look like. So TBD. And one thing, I'm not sure why that's there. It says male physiques. I should probably, I probably should have edited this slide. Like, hang, just don't worry about it. I'm not sure how that got in there. So what won't this channel be? One thing that I always land on is that I try to brand myself. I'm not a brand. One thing that I said that I'm a sum of, part of that equation, none of that is brands. I don't like the brand thing. It's not my thing. It's just me. I'm just going to be me, or else I won't do it. If I try to brand myself, if I try to make logos, if I try, logos might come or whatever, but it's going to be me. Yeah. This is not a content mill. I'm not going to be pumping stuff out to hit the latest trends and or just like the laziest content in the world. Although arguably this is pretty lazy. I didn't put too much work into this. Spoiler. Uh, but that's not what this is going to be. It's going to be something I want to talk about, and then that's what I'm going to do. And there's not going to be any set upload schedule, no commitments, at least as of yet. I'm too busy again. Fatherhood, nasal strips. Uh, this isn't fatherhood, and nasal strip was not part of the thing. Anyway, so I'm not going to commit to anything. Otherwise, I'm going to break promises. So just be aware of that. And just the general YouTube, like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, comment, blah, 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 blah. That's not my thing. For the people that do it, no shade thrown your way. I know that works. I kind of don't care if it doesn't work if I don't do it. I would rather it fail and not do it than do it and succeed, because I can't. It's just not me. I can't stand it. So I'm not going to do that. I might do it I might do it ironically, or do it in like a reverse psychology kind of way, like, oh, it would really be a shame if you hit the like. Nah, like, I don't. Even that kind of makes me feel gross. So right now, that's off the table. Um, this is going to sound more aggressive than I mean it. Like, I'm not interested in hearing what you want covered on this channel. This is kind of more. This is for daddy. This is what I want to do. Or again, if I'm pressured in to do something that I don't want to do, I will not do it. It's happened before. That's why I've disappeared forever. I'm not going to do it again. Minimal editing. The reason this format is going the way that it is because this requires very, very little post work. Video editing is a time-consuming process. Time is a luxury I don't have. Just in general, I don't have a lot of free time, so this is the way it's got to be done for now. Maybe someday I'll load up an editing program and go crazy and do editorials and stuff, but whatever. The whens. Was that the whats? That was a lot of whats. When. I don't really, so I came up with the who, how, where thing, and then whens obviously is part of that. That's done, because now is when. Yeah. And whatever. The wheres. This used to be a more detailed section, and again, I ran out of things to say because I'm not going to tell you where I live. That would be strange. So where is this happening? It's happening on the channel that likely you are watching right now, which is youtube.com/RandyFluharty. How cool is it that I just have that? There's no @ sign, there's no number nonsense. If you type that in right now, it's just going to come here. That's cool. So yeah, that's where it's going to be. The hows. I kind of touched on this a little bit, but I don't have a lot of time. So this is how it's going to be done. I'm going to be done. Minimal editing, so that slip up of the language there is just going to remain. So I'm going to, in my spare time, as I sit down at a desk or whatever, chip away at a slideshow presentation thing, Google Sheets, because it's free. You can just open it up, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to open it up and just put stuff in there that I want to talk about and work on it, make sure it looks somewhat presentable. When it is ready, I will record myself using that slideshow as a guiding force so I don't ramble too much. I'm already rambling, and I've got a slideshow here that I'm following, but without it, just imagine how bad it would get. And also, I've been putting funny things in here. I haven't really been paying attention right now, but I enjoyed putting the jokes in there. That was cute. If there is editing that is required, and there will be, listen, this took a warm-up. Like, I was weirdly nervous about this, so there's a lot of nonsense in the beginning that I got to cut out. I'm going to do that. But throughout the content, the meat of the video, mostly just going to leave it alone. No, I'm not going to cram in an intro or anything like that. So the content is what it is. If it works, great. If not, well, at least I didn't waste too much time on it. And then I do a South Park joke here. Politically, I don't align with South Park that much anymore, but that's still a funny joke, but it's not relevant anymore, so I shouldn't have put that in there. I should have got rid of that. I also skipped the part while I uploaded it to YouTube, but if you're watching this, I have successfully done that, and you kind of know that that's how that works, unless you've never really thought about it. You have to upload videos to YouTube for them to work. Yeah. And the whys. Why am I doing this? Purely altruistic reasons. Yeah, so selfishly. So the joke is that it's altruistic, and then I'm going to tell you a bunch of selfish reasons. That's the joke, and it's even funnier when I explain it to you. The I need an audience for stuff. Eventually, I would like people. I would like to get money for the work that I'm putting into stuff that I create, and or at the very least eyeballs on it, or hands on it in the case of video games and feedback and stuff like that. I want an audience for the stuff that I'm making. It's cool making that stuff, but unless someone consumes it, I hate the word consume, but I've used it twice now or more. Um, Unless someone uses it, sees it, experiences it, it's kind of I'm not getting the full experience from it. So ideally, I get an audience and a community, and people talk to me and want to see the stuff that I have to bring, and we can get exchange feedback and do all that stuff. So yeah, that's the main thing. And the other thing is that I want an outlet to kind of express my opinions that I have. I have quite a bit on these topics and many others. And living in the area that I do, there's not a lot of people that share my interests, and definitely not my experience level in a lot of these areas. So I want an outlet to just throw it out there, and maybe it will come back and we can have a discussion, and that would be a lot of fun. I also crave attention. That's not true. Again, conflicting with what I wrote because I think it's funny. I don't like attention, but it's a necessary evil, especially for the first two things that I want. And I could use an ego boost. That is a little true. Like I need Daddy needs a little reassurance here that he's not wasting his time, and to help people or whatever, according to this slide. But no, actually, I would like to help people. There are things that I have accomplished, things that I have done, things that I'm good at that I would like to share and help others, because again, left side of the spectrum, so I want to help people, and that's great. Like, I hope this unlocks that ability. Yeah, so I guess we're done with the whys, I think. Nope, there's why now, because I have stuff to show off. I've made games, mainly that. I've made games and I want to show people. I'm making a game and I want to show people, and I want people to see it and play it and give me feedback and possibly money if I charge money for it, and that's great. My wife will not get off my case about it, especially my friend also won't get off my case. Like, hey, you've got stuff that needs an audience. You need to get out there and have an audience. I'm like, oh, okay. My mother's kind of weirdly mentioned something about it. My kids, strangely on my case. It's getting a little aggressive. The power dynamic is shifting a little bit. I'm not too thrilled about it. Help. So why here, why now, and why not all of the other times I've done this? First of all, ow, that hurts me. Second, remember that part about branding, right? The coming back to the thesis statement that I came up with halfway through this thing was, I want to unbrand myself. All those other attempts, including this one, there's still a brand attached to this channel. I don't want that anymore. Strip that. Start fresh. You're getting me, and you're getting nothing but me. It's my name in the thing. If you type my name in it, it's going to come here. You're going to get me. It's not false advertising. That's what you're going to get. That's the value that I bring. There's a car going through the rain right outside of this door, and that probably picked up on the microphone. You're going to come here and you're going to get me, and you can't get that anywhere else. That's the value that I bring. There are people that have covered the topics that I'm going to cover, and probably in a way that they have more experience in, but you're not going to get it with the Randy flavor. I hit the microphone, the Randy flavor. So why not just tell you that? Like, that's what you're getting. Whatever I discuss, it's me. And that's why I'm doing that here. That's why. And I guess that's the end. Cool. That wasn't so bad. How long have I been going? Thank you for getting this far. If you did, thank you to my extremely nagging wife. I mean, supportive wife, and my friend who keeps shaming me into doing this stuff. Check out his YouTube channel there. It's not, that URL is nowhere near as good as mine, but it's at HollowNet0101. Check him out. He does a lot of cool game development tutorial stuff. Yeah. All right. So I don't have a sign off or anything. I'm not going to give you one. Because if I did, that would be going against what I want to do. And what I want to do is just end this video abruptly.